She's snitching on me. I'll put the light on for y'all because it is dark in here. Yo, I am in the airport lounge in New York for the next 3 hours because I missed my flight. I missed my flight. My flight actually took off 30 minutes ago. But luckily there was another flight. I'm going to Paris. She's going to Paris. I can't wait to see you guys in Paris. Hey Germany, I know Germany's Next Top Model was on today. A lot of my friends in Germany told me that Germany's Next Top Model was on TV today. They really liked my episode. What did you guys think about it? Was it good? I hope you enjoyed. I'm just doing random stuff. I'm cleaning my bag. I'm like cleaning the hair out of my brush because I'm really bored. My makeup case. See in here what needs to be taken out. I need to wash my sponges. They're really dirty. So gross. Ooh, I should put these eye drops in. My eyes are really red right now. Actually, this eye is really red. This is my favorite eye drop. It's called Lumify. It'll make your eyes really white and they don't burn. I'm still sick. Ooh, how does this look with my outfit? My hairdresser Jordan got me these pins. Do you like this? Is this cute? I kind of like this. These little rose gold bedazzled clips. I have two, but I can only see one. So I guess one it is. Keep that behind my ear. Is that cute or no? Okay. It's cute? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Get well soon. Thank you. I'm still sick, but I'm getting much better. My throat was like killing me for the past week and a half. I've had not much sleep over the past week and a half. Well, 2 weeks since New York Fashion Week. Went to New York, went to London, went to Milan, went back to London. No, I went to New York. I went to the Bahamas. I went to London, I went to Milan, I went back to London, and then I went to LA, and then I went back to New York yesterday to unpack and repack for Paris. And I'm going to Paris right now, well, in 3 hours as I missed my flight. And then I'm going to Shanghai, which I'm really excited about. I'm so excited every time I get to go to Asia because I love my fan base out there. I don't think a lot of people know other than the fan base out there, but I have a really big fan base out there because I went to Korea at the beginning of my career. So I love my fans out there. They're day ones. Am I coming to Trinidad? No. I'm not, unfortunately. I really wanted to come, but it's still Fashion Week. And then as soon as Fashion Week's over, I have to go to Shanghai, so it's not going to work out this year. But I am still contemplating doing Jamaica Carnival this year, so You guys need to let me know what bands are really popping in Jamaica for Jamaica Carnival, because I've never been. I've been to Trinidad Carnival before, but I've never been to Jamaica Carnival. So, ooh, Brazil. Oh my god, yes, I want to go to Carnival in Brazil as well. It's like a big bucket list thing that I want to do. Actually, Anita told me that she tears the city up during her birthday, so I really want to go. Birthday. What's you guys' Starbucks order? Should I tell you mine, or should I keep it a secret? When am I coming to Los Angeles? I was just in Los Angeles for like 5 days. I should tell you what my Starbucks order is. It is a venti vanilla soy chai latte, low ice, sugar-free vanilla. What's my ethnicity? I'm black. My background is Jamaican and Canadian. My dad is born and raised in Jamaica. And he has like Indian descent. I think I said that right. Like his background is also Indian. And my mom was born and raised in London, England, but her background is Jamaican. And then we're all from Africa. So that's it. That's the background. That's the background check right there. I'm Jamaican. I'm so sick. Well, if you want to see me and you're in Paris, you may just see me because I'm on my way. I will be there very soon. What do I eat throughout the day? I eat something completely different depending on where in the world I am. Of course, because not all places have the same cuisine. But one thing that I order, and that's another thing too, I travel so much that I just order in all the time, even when I'm home, because I feel like my money will be wasted if I go grocery shopping and I get a call from my agent saying, you have a flight tomorrow to wherever in the world. Because every time that happens, I come back, my groceries have all expired or molded or dried out. Whatever else things happen when food rots. So my life is just a big takeout situation. The only time I'll cook is if I'm cooking for someone. Like if it's a request. If somebody asks me to make like oxtail, I'm gonna go get the ingredients and I'm gonna make it. The rest of the ingredients that aren't used are gonna get spoiled, but I'll do a little special request for sure. Or I make the best guacamole. No one makes better guacamole than me. My secret is do not put a lime in it. I don't like lime. I don't like lime in anything, almost anything. So I use lemons, not lime. And no cilantro. What was I saying? That's not how it goes. You're not Jamaican. That's your opinion. You can't tell me how it goes. That's my background, so. Boop. Maybe you're not Jamaican. I am Canadian Jamaican. I am first generation Canadian, and my background is Jamaican. And that's that, my dear. When the accent drop out by you? Hey, you're lucky. I did a Black History project on you and it got chosen for a school-wide competition. I am honored. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. Thank you for thinking of me for your project. I'm honored. Tell me what you guys are up to. Where are you from? I just got this jewel case in the mail with my initials on it in black leather. It's really cute. Look at it. Look at it. It's so cute. Look at it. It's adorable. Any advice for young ladies in the dating world? I would say never compromise who you are for someone else. I would also say before thinking about getting in a relationship or getting in a relationship, make sure you know who you are, so that that relationship doesn't change you negatively. And if you're in a relationship and you don't feel like yourself, or you feel like it's changing you for the worse, it is always your choice whether you stay or you leave. Don't let someone guilt you into staying, or any situations guilt you, or whatever the case may be. Make decisions that make you happy first and foremost, is what I would say. Yeah. What part of Jamaica are you from? My mom's from Mobay and my dad is from Savlamar, Westmoreland. I look like my dad's side of the family, so I usually say I'm from Sav. How long have you known Latoya? Forever. I've known Latoya since I was 18 and I'm 24 now. It's quite some time. I remember seeing you at your brother's graduation. You're so pretty and nice. Thank you, I appreciate it. Had to show face for my baby bro. Shout out Hong Kong. Shout out Jamaica, because I'm seeing so many Jamaican flags in this. Much needed advice. Why is Winnie Anna? Bust down, Winnie Anna. I want to see you bust down. Y'all might make me start twerking in this lounge here by myself. Would I let my daughter model? Oh my god, that's such a good question. That's like something that I actually do think about here and there. If I had a daughter, I personally would want her to do whatever her heart desires, but I would give her all the information that I have in order for her to make the best decisions possible for herself. So if she wanted to be a model, I would support her 100%, but I would let her know of the struggles I've seen and the struggles I've experienced in the fashion industry or whatever industry I venture out into. So if one day I decide to be a doctor and she wants to be a doctor as well, same thing. I'm going to, support her 100% and let her know that these are the struggles with schooling and XYZ. So that's that. I would never, even if I have bad experiences in something, my experiences aren't someone else's. And just because I go through something doesn't mean that someone else is going to, and vice versa. So I would love for my daughter to, if she's inspired by me or she's inspired by another model and she wants to model, I would never want to take that experience away from her based off of my experiences. If I have bad experiences, I would want her to venture out and do whatever her heart desires, whatever she dreams of. What part of Toronto are you from? I'm actually from outside of Toronto. I'm from Malton. Does anyone else in your family have vitiligo? So, I was the first person in my family on both sides to get vitiligo. But a few years back, on my dad's side, my great aunt, my father's aunt, I think, got vitiligo in her 60s. So, but with that, we always assumed it was from my dad's gene because it tends to run, like, anyone can get it, white, black, Asian, Indian, whatever. Anyone can get it, but it does tend to run in Indian blood. And because my dad has Indian in his blood, which I did say earlier, we assumed it came from his gene. But also, just recently, my mom started to develop like an autoimmune disorder as well with her skin, and it's not vitiligo. It just causes like different types of like I don't know what to call them, like little different things on her skin that aren't like noticeable to other people, but we notice them because we're her family and she notices because it's her. So that's something that she just developed as well. So now we have come to the realization that I got vitiligo based off of both sides of my family having those traits. She's sick. She is sick. I'm trying to stop stripping. Do you have any advice? Listen, Kevin, I endorse these strippers. So my advice to you is, if you want to stop stripping, sis, get a job, go to school, do whatever you want to do. But do you really want to stop stripping? Because I endorse these strippers. Which strip club you work at? Because I'll come. You're silly, Kevin. Do you like your actual life? That's a very deep and profound question. Yeah, I do really like my life. Sometimes I don't like the things that I experience in my life, but I am very grateful for the life that I've been given. And even at my low points, like as of recently, I've gone through some like really annoying situations in life, and they haven't really gotten me down as of recently, just because I keep sitting back and saying like, things can always be worse, things can always be worse. And sometimes it's really difficult to sit back and just like be like, oh yeah, things could be worse, yeah, this is shitty, but you know, whatever, things can be worse. But when you really think about it, like, there's so many awful things that happen in this world. And you know, for example, I have been traveling for all this time and I got sick. I, got sunburned. I got bitten up by mosquitoes. My whole body was like on the verge of shutting down as well. I have an autoimmune disorder, so my immune system doesn't work at its peak all the time. So with all these things that my body was combating, this is why I got sick, and I was like really ill. I still needed to work. So, for me, it's really difficult because I can't just, lay down and get better. I need to like hurry up, see a doctor, get an antibiotic, go and get ready, get into hair and makeup, get the job done, all while like coughing and sneezing and all these different things, going to meetings and whatever I'm doing. So, I was sick and I'm just starting to recover now. I just took my last antibiotic for the day, thank God. Not for the day, but like for the week. Like I'm done my antibiotics. So thankfully I'll be getting much better very soon. But when I got home to New York, I was only home for 24 hours. I had 2 meetings and I had to pack. And as soon as I got home, it looked like there was a tornado that struck in my closet room, like my closet room, my walk-in closet. Something that was constructed in there had broken and shattered this glass gift that my little sister made for my birthday. It shattered this custom one-of-a-kind Dior piece. It was really expensive that Dior sent me for Christmas. It shattered this beautiful plate with this black woman, this gold plate that my mom got me a few years back for Christmas. And all these things were very sentimental to me, and a lot of the things I can't get back. And they were things that, like, if a mirror shattered in the room, that's replaceable, and it's still annoying, and I only have 24 hours to pack and get ready, and it's just frustrating. But these things were very sentimental to me, so I was really frustrated and really upset, and I actually wanted to cry. But then I just had to like calm down and just be like, you know what, it just needs to be figured out, it just needs to be solved, it just needs to be fixed. There's nothing we can do about it now. Things could be worse. Like I could have had a flood in my house, I could have come back to so many different things. It's fine, things will be okay. Things could be worse. So I just have to sometimes take a step back and just realize that we have a lot of blessings in our lives and to be grateful. And Aslan Nazir Mose, I think I said that right, makes a really good point where, sometimes you see people and, this goes for me too. Sometimes I, like, especially when I'm in the airport, when I land, especially right now I'm in the airport, but a lot of people have asked me for pictures, and I'm just trying to get to the lounge so I can like chill and zen out and like be calm. I missed my flight. I'm really sad about that because now I'm missing out on time that I can sleep when I land. I have a full day of work tomorrow in Paris, but once again, things can be worse, and I'm really grateful that there was another flight, even though they said that they're like overbooked. I couldn't make the next flight. I had to wait 2 flights over. I could not make it, and I could miss my day of work. So I'm really grateful that I'm still going to make it in time to do the jobs that I have to do. But there are times when, people come out to me, especially when I've just landed from a flight. I just woke up from sleeping on 10-hour flight or something, and people ask me for pictures, and I say no. And then there's like a tweet or something that says, oh my God, I saw Winnie Harlow, I want to take a picture with her. She said no, she's such a bitch, XYZ. And it's like, you never know what a person is going through. You never know, regardless of how big you think they are, how famous you think they are. We're all human. Like, I don't see myself as someone that's famous. I just see myself as a girl from back home who has a job. And this career that I have built isn't based off of me trying to be famous or me to gain fame or whatever. It's to pay my bills, and it's to be able to take care of my family, and it's to be able to build a future for myself. So if I land and I'm tired and I may have some crust in my eye, I don't want to take a picture, and it's no offense to you, and it's not to say that I'm better than you or anything of that nature. It's just me being a human being and not wanting to take pictures. There's times when y'all don't even want to take pictures with your own friends because maybe you don't look the best, but you know, it's just human. Being human has nothing to do with anything else. And I feel like that goes a lot for a lot of people that you guys may see out and about. Don't take offense, you know? Or even so, one thing that I love, sometimes when people ask me for a picture, I say no. There's a few people who will be like, okay, well then can I have a hug? Oh my God, I love that. Of course, I want to embrace you and I want to show you guys love the same way that you guys show love to me and you guys love on me. I want to love on you back. But a picture is, you know, a picture. You guys are saying some really like good stuff and some like good questions. What do you use for your natural hair? Well, I wear wigs all the time because in my industry, we deal with a lot of hair damage because we do a lot of different jobs and we have a lot of different looks. I do like a lot of red carpets and stuff, and I don't want to put any heat or damage my natural hair, so I braid my hair down and I wear wigs so that my hair can go unprocessed, untouched, undamaged. So for my wigs, I just, like for my curly wigs, today I put my wig on a mannequin head and I pinned it down. I wet it, I put conditioner in it and I brushed it out, and then I put mousse through it and I finger combed it, scrunched it, let it air dry, and then I applied. I usually apply my own wigs. Why did I miss my flight? I missed my flight because the company that booked the car for me today, usually they book a specific driver. I have a specific driver named Abdul in New York, and I don't think he was available today, so they sent a different driver. And I think my apartment is like, my condo is kind of difficult to locate because it's like private residence, so it doesn't really have a number, and it is a little bit difficult to find, but he didn't like call to like see to figure out where it was or anything like that. And I was waiting for a while, and he said that he, you know, was looking on the street and there was traffic, so he had to move, and he was looping around and there was more traffic, so I was basically in the lobby waiting for him to figure out where I was. And I literally just like kept looking at the time, and I just knew I was gonna miss my flight, so I didn't really have much anxiety about that. I just called my agent immediately and I was like, yeah, you know, it takes like an hour to get to the airport, and right now if I don't leave this very second, I'm gonna miss the flight. And I couldn't leave that very second because the driver wasn't there. So I mean, you know, such is life, things happen. Yes, guys, I'm going to Paris. I'm on my way to Paris. My girlfriend has vitiligo. She hates herself. What would you say to her? Guys, I don't usually talk about this in interviews or stuff. I don't know if I'm really even asked about it, but when I was a little kid having vitiligo, I remember sitting like on my, like, I had a really big like wall to like mid-wall to ceiling windows in my room growing up, and I had a little ledge that you could sit on, like on the windowsill. And I used to sit on the ledge and I would like look at stars and I would like wish on stars that when I got older I wouldn't have vitiligo. And I like really believed like if I wished hard enough I wouldn't have vitiligo when I grew up. So I definitely understand where she's coming from. But with that, I also, as I got older, I realized, like, take this in. If you lived on an island, if you were born on an island by yourself and you had no one there and you could see no one and have no idea of what the standard of beauty was or what, you know, whatever, what people thought was beautiful, what else would you think was beautiful other than yourself? So the only reason you have to try to get her to understand that the only reason she feels that way about herself is what is inflicted in her and what she lets into her mind and her heart. There is no standard of beauty. As much as people try to, you know, say that this is the standard of beauty, that is, or whatever, there is no standard of beauty. Who gets to tell me or you what beautiful is? That's why I hate the question, what does beauty mean to you? Because, and I always say this, I'm always asked this in interviews, and I hate that I'm asked this in interviews. I know it's supposed to be like some inspirational thing where they need to say some inspirational quote that inspires someone, but I hate that question because it doesn't matter what I think beauty means. What beauty means to me is what it means to me. You have to figure out for yourself what beauty means to you. Did you want to become something before you were a model? As a kid, I wanted to be a ballerina, or when I got older, I wanted to be an entertainment journalist. Where's Josephine? I don't know. I wish I knew. I hope she's in Paris. Marseille Martin into his house. What's up, beautiful? You give me all the life. Am I excited for Latoya's new baby? Of course. I'm so excited, and I hope it's another little girl because Samia is my little caramel drop, but she's also getting so big, and I wish she would stop growing. She's so big now. She's like a grown-ass woman. So I need a big Samia and a little Samia. Zayn is still at the perfect age, so that's great. Hey, Coco and Breezy. Y'all so pretty. I have vitiligo myself. What makeup brand are you using? Okay, so another thing. Just because one person has vitiligo doesn't mean that the same makeup things are going to work. Here's why. Vitiligo is different for everyone. So I may have it like this on my eyes, someone may have it on their cheek, or whatever the case is. And some people, if they have it on their cheek or like these areas of their face, they may want to cover it. And I don't cover my vitiligo because, I mean, the places where I apply makeup are typically places that you would apply foundation. Like, I mean, people put foundation around their mouth, I guess, too, but I don't really break out in those areas, so I don't really put foundation there. People will always ask, like, do you use 2 different shades of foundation? No, because I don't break out here. And sometimes I may break out on my chin, but then I'll just put like a little bit of concealer that matches here on those little spots. But for these places, especially when you want to beat, you do like the concealer and you do like the bake and all that stuff. Those are in all the areas that are brown for me, so I just use one color of foundation. But that's based off of where my vitiligo is on my face. So I don't know where yours is located, so I don't know how to help you out. But if I was to see your skin as someone who loves makeup, not just someone who like has vitiligo, as someone who loves makeup, I could like give you maybe my recommendation, but it's more based off of like where yours is in general. Same thing with like someone who has freckles. Like there's some people who, if they do a beat, they want to like conceal all their freckles, and there's some people who have freckles and they want them to shine through. So like even though two people have freckles, it kind of depends on your preference on how you like your makeup in order to gauge how to do your makeup. Ooh, maybe I should add someone to my life. What's the only makeup product you could use forever? Oh, I'm obsessed with makeup, so like I'm the worst person to ask that question. I need like, this is my makeup case that I keep in my suitcase, like my carry-on suitcase. All my faves, all the things that I like. If I'm gonna land somewhere and I need a little bit of a beat, all my stuff is in here. I have my foundation in here, my concealer in here, like my foundation brush, my concealer brush, all my eyebrow products, my mascaras, a couple lip stuff. So all my faves are in here. If I had to like have one makeup thing, it'd be this makeup case. I do not speak French. I wish I did. I used to take French lessons, but I stopped once like I started modeling a lot because I didn't really have time to take them. What's next for you? Do you see yourself in acting? We'll have to see. But like I don't think I've ever been more excited about a time period than for the Oscars, because I just like, I'm so enamored by actresses and actors, and I think that they have some of the toughest jobs, obviously other than like doctors and dentists and stuff like that, but it's a lot of brain power to get yourself into the role of someone completely different than yourself. And the mind is a very powerful thing, so I'm really like enamored by that whole genre of work. I think you're beautiful, but do you ever get aggravated with your looks, with the looks of someone that doesn't understand your condition? Yeah, I do. And I think that's normal. I just think that like that's like anything. Like when you have like, you know, anything, you think your hair doesn't, you know, sit the way that it's supposed to or whatever, and you feel like people are looking at you, it's just like, I don't know, like it's rude, don't stare. But I also don't really see it as much. When I'm hanging out with friends, I feel like my friends notice people looking at me more often than none, and then also as I've gotten more notoriety, people stare at me a lot, and then like they come up to me and stuff, so I don't think I notice it as much now. But going back to thinking as like when I was a child and people would stop and stare, I didn't really like that. Bam Glam 86. Be your own type of beautiful, whatever that may be. I agree, girl. Is Shawn Mendes nice? Does he smell nice? Yes and yes. He's very, very nice, and yes, he does smell nice all the time. Even when he's fresh off the stage and he's sweaty. I feel like a lot of the people that I've, like, all my friends that are performers, they always feel like if I go and see them perform and I see them like fresh off the stage and they're like sweaty and stuff, they never want to like be around people and they don't want to hug people and stuff. But like, I don't think I've ever experienced some like a time where I've been around a friend that's a performer and they stunk after stage. Like, you may be sweaty, but good job, you got good hygiene, friends. Y'all good. The 6 at 6 was good. When he deal with them girl then on. Shamik, love and respect to you as well. Have I been to India? No, I've never been to India, but I'd love to. Who do you look up to? I really look up to Beyonce, and I know that maybe sounds cliche, but just from like being around her, working with her, and then like her being someone who I have been a fan of for quite some time, I just always like, I think I grow more love for her every time I'm around her, because just her energy and her spirit is just so beautiful. She's so normal, like she's just fun, chill. I actually got to dance with her on the dance floor for her Oscars party, which was so much fun. Everyone was on the dance floor, everyone was dancing. I love that they had like a no picture rule, no social media rule, because everyone was just in the moment, vibing out, and we had a lot of fun. What motivates you to work out? Nothing. Victoria's Secret. That's pretty much it. I haven't worked out. I've probably worked out, like, I could count on 2 hands how much I've worked out since Victoria's Secret. And before, like, working up to Victoria's Secret, I probably worked out, like, every other day. So, I mean, but also it's, like, Fashion Week, and I don't have any time to work out right now, but I feel like I'll get back on it once the craziness is over. Too cool. Thank you so much. I hope I feel better, too. My voice is completely different right now. My favorite place in Europe is Paris, or like the south of France, but I love France. Where's your ring from? Which one? Do you snore? No, I don't snore. I know because I ask people. Because I hate when people snore. But I'm sick right now, so my nose is completely clogged. And I'm such a light sleeper that I think if I snored, I would wake myself up. Hi Winnie, I'm 14 and my vitiligo is rapidly spreading on my face and it's killing me inside. No makeup covers it and it constantly gets pointed out and I'm hurting from it. Well, you know what? That's a personal battle and you just have to like realize how beautiful you are. That's it. Like, it's actually that easy. I used to think my vitiligo was so ugly too, but now I genuinely don't care what anyone else thinks because I think I'm bomb. And that's all that you have to remember is that you're bomb. Yes, you are. When do I get to Paris? Tomorrow afternoon. I'll be there tomorrow. What's my favorite brand? My favorite brand of what? What's my favorite brand of what? Can you do a meet and greet? You know what? I haven't done a meet and greet in about 6 years. And they used to be really fun. So maybe I'll plan a meet and greet for something. Maybe I'll like try to like come up with maybe the launch of something that I'm doing like this year. I'll probably do some meet and greets. My full name is Chantel Whitney Brown Young, but legally my first name is Whitney because my mom accidentally wrote Whitney down in the slot for the first name and Chantel down in the slot for the middle name when I was born. I didn't realize she did so until it was already done. But she's always called me Chantel, and everyone's always called me Chantel because that was supposed to be my first name. So legally my name is Whitney Chantel Brown Young, but I am known as Chantel Whitney Brown Young because that's what it was supposed to be. How old are you? I'm 24. 24. My birthday is July 27th. What y'all getting me? I'm joking. Happy birthday, Brooke. Livy Harris told me to say it. Happy birthday. What's the time here? Because in India it's 6:30 a.m. Girl, what are you doing up? Or boy? It is 8 p.m. My favorite color is pink and gold. Pink and gold. Action or horror movies. I'm a baby, so I don't like scary movies. I was actually trying to watch... what was I trying to watch last night? It's an old, like, scary movie. And, like, a roller coaster breaks. Final Destination. I was trying to watch Final Destination 3 last night, and I literally started it and got through 30 seconds of them in the theme park. Like, literally, nothing had happened yet, and I paused it because I was so scared, and I didn't want to have nightmares. And then I just played games on my phone because that's all I do. How old were you when you decided that you wanted to model professionally? I was 18. Would you come to London anytime soon? I was just in London. I don't have any plans to come to London again anytime soon, but I was just there for the Brits, and it was a lot of fun. Hey, Lewis. I hope to see you in Paris soon. I love Lewis. I've known Lewis for so long. I miss you, boy. I ain't seen you in a long time. We need to plan a trip. Do I meditate? No, I don't meditate. But I think it's because I have like ADD. I can't sit still for very long. Which is why I'm on a live talking to you guys, because you guys keep me company when I'm bored and alone. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Greatly appreciate your company. Is Nicki Minaj nice? She is so sweet. She's one of my favorite people that I've met in the industry, because I have been a huge Nicki fan since I was 15 years old, and every time I get the opportunity to meet someone that I look up to or I'm a huge fan of, I get very nervous. I get very, very nervous, and when I met her, I was extremely nervous to go over to her But, you know, I just, like, sucked it up because I was such a huge fan of hers. And she was so sweet. She actually talks about it in Hard White, her song from her album Queen. The first time I met her was in Paris with Jordan Dunn and Olivier. So it was really cute that she spoke about the first time that we ever met on her last album. But yeah, I love her. She's the absolute sweetest. And she's a real one. She's a real one. Like, she's someone who will call me and ask me, like, what's going on in life, or, like, you know, check in on situations that may be happening. She'll actually call me and, like, check up. Or if there's a misunderstanding between her and I, she's the type of person to, like, call and talk about it and figure out, like, you know, how to rectify a situation. So that's a real human being. I love her for it. Have I seen Latoya lately? I haven't seen her since last month when I went to Atlanta. Was it hard to adjust to being in the spotlight, like having a fan base who look up to you? It is. It always is. It's a growing, like, situation. Because I always want to be true to myself, and I always want to honor the things that I believe in, as well as showing love to the people that support me. So sometimes I just hope that the people who support me love me for me. But it's sometimes hard to adjust, especially like I said, there's times when, you know, my least favorite time to take pictures with people is when I have just landed somewhere. Like, I've been asked like 20 times in this airport to take pictures, and I said yes to all of them. But like, it's like, you know, end of the day, 8 p.m. I'm like feeling good. It's you know, the end of the day. I didn't just wake up or whatever. Like, you know, I'm prepared. So I've said yes to everybody. And I always like to say yes to kids because I just love kids so much. But when I land in Paris, I may not want to take pictures because I'm going to be sleeping on this flight. My mascara is going to go from here to here. I might have sunglasses on when I land as well. Trust me. So yeah, just being human. When was it? I was on a flight recently, and I really didn't want to take pictures. And I know when it was. When I was leaving the Bahamas doing my swimsuit illustrated flight shoot, I get really bad anxiety in crowds of people who like know me. Like, if I'm in an airport by myself and like 10 people come to me at one time and like start freaking out over me, I kind of don't know how to handle it still. Just because you have to realize, like, we're all still strangers to each other. So even though you guys know me, I don't know you, and it kind of gives me anxiety. So especially like if it gets loud or people start screaming or things like that, it gives me a bit of anxiety. So a lot of people in the Bahamas at the airport were like coming up to me and stuff, and I just said no to everyone for pictures because I just didn't want to cause commotion and I didn't want to like have a panic attack. But in the group there was this one little girl, and she came with her mom and she asked for a picture, and I had said no to everyone. But I felt so terrible because I hate saying no to kids. You know, like, kids are my everything. I absolutely love kids. I have 2 little sisters. I have a little brother. Like, I absolutely adore kids. I have 2 god kids, another a child coming on the way. So I'm just obsessed with children. And we were on the same flight, and I think I was connecting in Atlanta. And when we landed, I saw her again. And I went up to her because there was not really a lot of people around, and I went up to her and gave her a hug, and I was like, I'd love to take a picture with you now. And she was so excited, and I was happy that she was like, you know, not upset that I want to take a picture. And her mom was like, I'm so sorry, I completely didn't take in that, like, you know, there's so many people around, the crowds and stuff. And I was really grateful to her parents too for being so understanding, because sometimes the parents can like make it a really awkward situation. I've had times that people are like, really? You think you're all that? And it's like, Actually, I don't think I'm shit. I just, crowds are kind of like, I hate public speaking. I'll still do it because, like, sometimes, like, I just try to build up the confidence to do certain things that maybe make me uncomfortable, but yeah. Kevin, go away. Kevin Wade is freaking hilarious. You guys should follow him on Instagram. He posts the funniest things. But you know what? My humor is kind of messed up, so I don't know. I think him and I have really messed up humor. I think he's hilarious. I'm just reading through you guys' comments. You guys have such good comments. Your makeup stuff, how much you spend on all that? Whew, I would not like to lose my makeup cases because, like, NARS concealer by itself is just so expensive, and I have 3 in my kit. I spend a lot of money on makeup. I'm obsessed, though, with makeup. I love makeup so much. I used to steal my mom's makeup growing up, and she used to, like, draw my face with her lipstick and, like, put, like, whiskers and a little nose and stuff, make me into a little kitty cat. So, what's the most overwhelming part of being a model? Well, when you do runway, I think the most overwhelming thing is Fashion Week, because it's a lot of, like, fast-paced travel, work, and then, like, things don't stop during Fashion Week as well, so you have to, like, continue working, doing shoots and all these different things. It's a very busy time of year for a model, February and September, so I think that's the most, like, high anxiety time. What do I miss most about Toronto? I miss my friends and my family the most. I really love my apartment in New York way more than I love my apartment in Toronto. So I'm very happy with my living situation. And then I also lived in London as well. So I was much further from my family when I was living in London. So I just really love being in New York because it's like an in-between between living in Toronto in my apartment and living in London in my apartment. Where, like, I'm closer, but I'm still away, but I do get to see my family more often. Alton and Harry, oh my gosh, you guys are like 2 of my favorite people in the entire world. I love you, Alton. I'm coming for you in Paris. We're gonna have a good old time. And Harry, what made me happy today? Well, you made me happy now today. Actually, I'm gonna call you as soon as I get off this. I'm gonna FaceTime you. Alton, you so cute. And Harry, yes, I am still sick. Jay, I am sick. I'm so sad. I love you, Alton. I do get nervous before walking a runway. Very nervous. Well, I got 10 seconds left with you guys. I might come back on live in maybe half an hour. after I talk to Harry. Bye, guys.